Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on a front nose piece for a Cyclops, and it's busted in the top here. I thought about repairing it, but I have a big crack right down through here. What happened is the wind must have caught it and blew the hood right over. So I've already cut one half of another one out that the bottom was bad, and I didn't get it quite right. I'm a little bit off on the left-hand side, but I'm going to show you how to make it work. We're going to cut this one right in half. And we're going to use a 4.5-inch grinder. And the reason why I'm going to save this one here is because the stands are in perfect shape. It was broken right in half there. I'm going to fill that in with body fill. Take the time. It's going to cost me a little bit of money to fix this one. But we're going to cut this one right in half. I'm going to cut it right about where the wiring actually goes on the left-hand side on that little lip right here. I'm going to cut it right here actually. And that'll give me a pretty good line to base it off from. I've already repaired this side here. Now, I'm probably going to get a few people, why'd you repair this? So I knew where the line was, and everything was brought in line on the cut, and it will make it a lot easier to fuse these two together. So we're going to start right out. We're going to cut this right in half right here. Now I'm going to go right to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing. And then after I get the outside cut, I'm going to come into the inside and I'm going to cut it. Now that cut right there, I'm really happy with. So a little bit more relaxed about doing it. Now, I've done quite a few of these. So whatever mistake you make, it's not hard to fix. Now I'm going to show you, like I said earlier in this video, how to make sure you glue them together correctly. And it all is to do with the grill. When you snap the grill in, you kind of know where they have to be, and that'll give you, if you're a little off, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So, but you're going to get them pretty close. And we are going to glue them together with some 3M panel glue. We're going to start out with Permatex Cream Weld to glue them together. That side's done. Let's cut this side. Now I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to let this cool off a little bit, and then I'll break away all these remnants right here. This is melted plastic, and it'll just break right off. There is going to be some sanding involved in it, so we're going to use this side right here. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to show you the two pieces we're going to put together, just like so. So we'll see if we can, we'll cut that just a little bit right there, and then I'll give you a little bit better idea. Now make sure you wear eye protection, because when you're working with sand or you're working with plastic, it gets in your eye and it's very tough to get out. So you're going to see it's going to come together pretty nicely. I have a crack right there. It's already been repaired on the back side. But when we get all done, we're going to repaint it and everything. And how we're going to line it up is exactly like I said. We're going to snap the grill in. We're going to glue it. I'm just going to get it tacked in on the glue. And then after I get it where I want it, I'm just going to use some of this 3M panel glue, this 08115. This panel bonding is really good stuff. Now I'm going to show you something else that's going on right now. I'm working on my sign, and I filmed quite a bit of that. So you're going to see this come out as a video right here. My ends were completely blown out. I had cracks from here to here, and all through this area, the ends were completely blown out. This is my dad's dealer sign. This sign here means an awful lot to me. So we're going to get it fixed and get it buffed, and we're going to actually put it on the outside of the building. Now, right there's the tractor, there's the dozer, and right there's the backhoe. So they were a franchise dealer. They sold Cub Cadet. They had the contract for Cub Cadet and International Harvester, so that means they could sell yellow and red cadets. So that was kind of a neat thing. I remember the red cadets coming into the dealership, and I was 9 years old, and boy, I couldn't wait to own one. But the backhoes weren't one of the better deals with Harvester. They didn't make really good backhoes. They did on the dozers, the 7s and the 8s. TD7s, TD8s were excellent dozers. And of course, the tractors were just really good and made a lot of power. So we're going to get that glued together and go from there. Now we're ready to glue it together, put a grill in it. I'm a little bit further off on my cut, so I'm going to glue one side at a time. I'm going to use some Permatex cream welder. I'm a little bit off on the, well, that would be the left side. So we're going to glue this side in. I have it pretty good shape right there. Should be pretty easy. As long as the grill fits, I'm going to be pretty close, and you want it to be nice and tight in there. And actually with the vice grips, I should have it. So we're going to put you in a stand. We're going to get some cream welder mixed up here, and we're going to put the first a little bit. We're going to put it right on the outside, because what I'm going to do is get the outside glued, and then eventually I can come back with a 4.5-inch grinder, grind that glue so it's flat. I'm going to have to use some body fill anyway. So this is quite a procedure. It takes a little bit of time to do it, but these nose cones are getting, nose pieces are getting really hard to come by. So this cream welder will bring it right in. If you have John Deere hoods, this stuff here is really good. It almost is invisible. It's not quite like super glue, but it's pretty close. It's more durable than super glue, in my opinion. Now, you're going to see on a video that I used some super glue to repair a dash on it. And the reason I use super glue is I wanted it to be invisible on the front side. You run this stuff through here, you're definitely going to see it. It didn't come out perfect, but you're going to see that on another video. Now, I like to show what's going on here in other videos. A lot of times I'm shooting quite a few different videos at a time, so you know what's upcoming, and it gives you an idea what goes on here daily. So we're in pretty good shape there. I'm going to run some right in the back because I need it up a little bit too much. And actually, I'm going to put it, actually, what I'm going to do is mix up some more, and we're going to put it in this area right here. We're going to start that area right there. So we're going to mix up a little bit more, put it in that area. Then we're going to let this dry for a while, and then we're going to do the other side, and we're going to bring that in just a hair more. Now I'm going to have to fill in with a little bit more glue on that side, but we'll get it so it's going to be easier to glue. Once you get it so it's one piece, you can fill in with that 3M glue, that panel glue, and it'll make it nice and strong. Actually, I'll push that right over there so when it dries, it's on that web right there. So we're gonna let that dry, and we'll do the other side next. Now, with the paint and all, this fix is probably gonna cost me around $50. It might be a tad less. The paint, I'm gonna get mixed up in a can, and it's gonna be single stage, but we're gonna paint it, and you're gonna see that right on camera. But that can of paint is around $32, and it'll look just like factory when it's done. So it'll be automotive paint in a can. That's what it is. So, all right, we'll get the other side done, and we'll let this dry here. I'm gonna say probably a couple hours, and a little bit later today, we're gonna glue in that left-hand side right there. Now, off in camera, I had to glue the other side, and I actually cut the part that you saw me glue in. I cut it back apart. And the reason I did, I didn't have it straight. And now I have it pretty straight. I realize I have this taped in. Now it's time, we're gonna put the 3M 08 115 panel bond on. And we're gonna fill in this area right here on the back side. We're gonna grind this area off with a grinder, and then I'm gonna body fill it, but I'm going to do that tomorrow. We have a lot of area to fill in this area right in here, and in this area right here. So we're going to get the panel bond ready. One thing is I haven't shown is exactly how you put the glue in the gun. You just pull it back. This gun here is like $750, and I wish I owned it. They used to be around $300, and I wish I would have bought one. So we're going to take the old tip off. Now this is the tip I used on that sign, and we're going to discard it. We're going to put a new tip right in. And we're going to lay that glue right in. Now I'm going to do this side right here first. I'll try to get you right in there so you can see what we're doing. In fact, I'll turn it this way. Going to mix it up. It's going to come out the tip just like that. We're going to lay it right in there. Now, it's not going to be completely flat, but we can take the grinder and you can grind it right off. I want it in there nice and thick for the simple reason is I don't want it to break in half. Starting to get some thunder, so maybe we'll get some rain. We have that side all glued in. Now we're going to flip it to this side here. And we'll just move it around with our finger a little bit here. A little bit more right in this area right here. Let it run down. We're in pretty good shape. We'll check that side there. And we're in pretty good shape. We're gonna let that dry, and that'll be as hard as original, so we won't have to worry about that ever breaking in half. We're going to body fill it next, and we'll get it painted, and it'll look just like brand new. Now it's time to grind off the glue. I noticed in this area right over here that I'm going to have to fill in this area right here, but I'm going to work on getting this cleaned off here, get it closer to being flat. Going to put some just some regular body fill on it and get it smoothed out. So get it all filled in. I'm going to wash it off, get it really clean, sand the whole thing, and then we'll get it primed, and then we're going to paint it. But first, like I said, we're going to get these high spots off. Now I'm using a wheel that's a little bit wore. Right here is a brand new one. We're going to use the brand new one when we do in this area right here. Take it down just a hair more. Going to change out that wheel, and we're going to do on the inside there. We do, like I said, have an area we're going to have to fill in, let it glue dry a little bit, and we'll re-sand that area down. I knew there'd be some places I had to re-glue. I save all my war stones on my grinder because you never know when you're going to need them for an area that you can't get in with a large wheel or a brand new one. I'm going to have to sand that one off a little bit. Missed a little area with the glue, and right in this area right here, I'm going to fill that in with a little bit of glue. I'm going to leave everything on the back here. It's not going to make any difference because the grill is going to be covering that up. And the more you leave, the more strength you're going to have. So I see I have a crack right here. Going to fill that one in with super glue to stiffen that one up just a little bit. But we're going to glue that area right in, and we'll grind that off also. We're going to mix up some putty, and we're going to fill that in. We're not going to be able to do it in one shot, but we're going to get a little bit closer. Now I might have to take the 4.5-inch grinder, grind it down just a little bit. I might have mixed up a little bit too much body fill, but I put a little extra hardener in it. We're a little cooler today. We're around 65. And we finally had some rain last night. We're awfully dry here, so. We're going to put it down there quite a ways. Even if we have to take a little bit of time to get it off, just so the corners and everything are right. Take my gloves. Switch it to the other side here. Now, I enjoy doing body work. For years, you've heard me mention that I did a lot of body work on cars, painting and stuff. That's what I used to do nights. Now it's time to paint it. We're going to tack it off, make sure I wet sanded it, and I had to do that off camera. I wasn't awfully happy with it, so I re-body filled it a few times and sanded it off. So now we're going to actually use some Chrysler paint. We're going to use the same paint, the Spray Max, and I'll show you right there. This is a color code RY3. This is the same color I use for that sign, and it's going to be a little bit darker, creamish color, but I have a couple cans left over, so that's what I'm going to paint it. Now, this is the one that was cut right in half, and we put two ends together. The other nose piece that I had, I wasn't awfully happy with it. Had some breakage in the hinge area that I didn't see when I started repairing it. So when I get another good top in, I'm going to slice that one and fuse them together just like exactly the same with that 3M body glue. So we're going to paint this up. I'm going to show you this can. That's one thing I didn't show, and the one cap just flew. When I did the dealership sign. So right on the bottom here is the bottom disperse plug, and this is going to put the clear in the can. So we put it on there. There, and we have it. So we disperse that in there. Now we're going to shake it up a little bit. So we'll take that off. Right here is the spray. Put that right on, the nozzle right there. I'm going to shake it up for a little bit, and then we're going to paint that. Now, we're going to put 3 coats on there, and should make it look really nice. Now, this isn't the most perfect nose piece, but I have quite a few ahead, and I love repairing them. My 2 favorite jobs is fusing these front nose pieces together and changing a transmission. Now, just outside the door, we have a 782 diesel. It's not mine. It's one of my good friend Luke's. And we're going to put a CV dry shaft in it, and we're going to use the smooth shaft input transmission. He has a beautiful 782. You're going to see that in future videos here. And we're going to change out the transmission, put the CV type dry shaft in it. And we're going to be doing that probably on Sunday. Today is, I think, the 2nd or 3rd of October, 2025. We're going to be doing that on Sunday. As you know, we work 7 days a week. Had a lot of calls recently from some of my people that watch me on YouTube. You're always welcome to call me on my cell phone. I have absolutely no issue with that whatsoever. So if you have any questions on any of the videos I have, please always just call. I enjoy talking to the people. They hear my voice right direct. A lot of people stop here. I have a gentleman coming tomorrow on Saturday, and he's from Vermont that watches me. So you're always welcome to come and see me. Now, I'm not going to put it on real thick the first coat. I'm just going to get it a little bit tacky. The second and third, I'll put it on a little bit thicker. This smells just like automotive paint. This is single stage. Now, when I paint cars, I do base coat clear. This is the color I'm going to paint. I'm not sure if I'm going to make a cream colored 782 or I'm going to make a cream colored 982. So we're going to let that sit. Flash time is, I'm going to do 10 minutes. It's around 70 degrees out. So if I base it on between 10 and 15 minutes, depending on the warmth of the day. It was a little bit cool this morning. The shop was nice and warm. But I'm going to flash time this about 10 minutes. Now we're on coat 2. You notice I put it on a little bit thicker. Get you a little bit closer and you can see it's starting to really shine. So one more coat should do it. We're gonna give it a 15-minute flash time this time, and we should be in pretty good shape. So stay tuned, we're going to do coat 3 next. Now we're on coat 3. This will be our final coat, so we'll put it on nice and thick. We should be in pretty good shape. We'll let that flash for about another 15 minutes. We'll check it over. If it needs a 4th coat, we'll put it on. We have plenty of paint in the can, but we should be okay, and it should be nice and bright and nice and smooth. Well, this is the final result. I have a little run right there, and I usually don't get too many runs, and I have an imperfection right there, very minor. I can wet sand it and buff it, but I probably won't be in plastic. But it came out really good, really happy with it. You can't see where I fused them together, and you can see right here on the top that it's nice and bright. That clear really came out. So I'm going to post a picture of that paint. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to snap a grill in it. We're going to buff out the lens that goes in there and put a nice backdrop in there, and this nose piece will go on one of my machines. And I so appreciate you watching. If you have any questions on any of my videos, either give me a call, email, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much as always, and like always, we'll see you on the next video.